Welcome to Kaylee's News Station. I was listening to the radio, and I was receiving these transmissions and thoughts about this new pipeline that they are going to be installing in North America. I think it's from somewhere in Alberta all the way down to below Texas, possibly the Gulf of Mexico. And so basically our lovely institutions, otherwise known as Canada and the United States, which all labels aside is the same damn thing. We are one big happy family. Basically they are wanting to spend $13 billion, dineros, buckaroos, into this project. And I am completely and utterly confused about this matter. But I'm no expert, of course. So that being said, my main confusion has to do with the fact that, firstly, Alberta and Texas are the two main oil producers of North America. Why do they need a pipeline transmitting oil back and forth? Secondly, if oil is running out, why would one be spending $13 billion to not only wasting the oil to dig these holes and make these pipelines, which are going to be an insanely large amount of energy exhausted onto this, not only exhausted, but how these exhaust fumes that will be back into the atmosphere on this project. Like a huge redundant circle for something that is apparently running out. Like, how many years is this going to take? And they're already saying that in X number of years, in 10 years, there's going to be no oil left. So what's going on here? There is something under the sheets that they're not telling us about. There's a monster under the bed. So basically, to first start off, the project is called KeyStone Pipeline. That raised an eyebrow for me. What is a keystone? I learned this in art theory, art history. Keystone is a central cohesive support system of an arch. It's like the main kind of block that puts an arch together, which helps support stability of anything on top of it. That being said, it also has a second meaning, a more metaphysical meaning, something that's providing immaterial assistance to a person or cause or interest. So I find that really, really symbolic that it's not just, like someone saying, oh, the keystone pipe. Like, I understand why they call it that, because it's like supporting the weight of whatever. But no, names are so important, and it's very important and necessary to look at this name going, why, what is this? Like, why are they using this very symbolic word to create? It's not like the oil pipeline. They could have just called it that. No, it's the keystone, the major support system for an archway, or the assistance to a person or interest. So, the central building block, also, this is another definition, the central building block at the top of an arch or vault, or in masonry, which we all know the lovely North American influence with the Masonic rites and stuff like that, the masonry construction definition, which is a usually curved opening that supports the weight above it. So really, metaphorically speaking, it's pretty damn symbolic. So this pipeline project is really foreshadowing something. This keystone, this support system of some archway, some kind of tunnel. One might say wormhole. What is this $13 billion? This $13 billion is not transporting oil. my spidey sense is tingling, and I think something else is in the air. Um, so I've been doing a lot of remote viewing and remote sensing. I have been receiving some information on this, which suggests tunnels, or some kind of underground living project, or deep earth transit system, energy distraction. Basically, to sum it all up, a fuzzy cover-up. And I really, really enjoy this, the parable about judge a tree by the fruit it bears, and this freaking tree is bearing some spoiled, rotten fruit. It's just clear. Like, you don't have to be a genius to see that this is stupid. Why would they spend $13 billion on transporting oil? It's just going to be wasting oil when there could be so many other beneficial things to do with $13 billion than what? Providing some construction jobs for a very few amount of people that are basically going to be filtering it into these already rich companies that, you know, these oil industries are totally owned by the exact same company that's going to be benefiting from the extremely expensive oil prices anyways. So I have a proposal to make about this oil. I actually came up with the name Wize, and it's exactly that. Is helping education promote a wiser state of being, basically helping raise the consciousness of everybody and helping people take charge of their lives again, rather than putting their energy towards something that they don't believe in, working a 40-hour-a-week job to receive a piece of paper that they can't even eat, that has absolutely no nutritional value in $1 or $2 or 20 or whatever. Like, there's nothing that people are they've stopped receiving, they've stopped having gratitude, because they're realizing that they're getting nothing in exchange. They're really not getting energy from this, rather than putting their money towards growing fruit or vegetables, like you know, cucumbers and tomatoes or lettuce in their own environment. People even forget where food comes from nowadays. So my proposal, this Wize proposal that I have, this $13 billion, which could be taken away from the stupid energy-sucking project, it's not an energy-producing project. It's going to spend way more oil than actually taking that $30 billion and investing it in a Wize educational system that is promoting more farm focus into elementary schools and high schools, teaching kids that, making mandatory courses each year of how to grow your own food, where does food come from, what's in food, food education, which doesn't even happen, which is just absolutely bizarre. Talk about conspiracy right there. And taking this $13 billion and even putting it back into communities where each municipal could have, major municipal could have $1 million to invest into a farming educational program, providing free education on producing your own garden in your own home. I am doing a project right now with these new unbelievable LED lights that have came out, and I'm going to be growing my own tomatoes, my own lettuce, and cucumbers and other herbs as well. And so this, you know, this project would be so beneficial, because not only that, it's going to save on oil consumption as well. I mean, if our entire societies, our little local communities, are providing what we need to sustain ourselves by these, you know, having this funding, would be unbelievable, because it's going to cut down on oil consumption. You're not buying garlic from China and, you know, putting it on a boat and then shipping it over across the sea, and then putting it on a plane and shipping it across North America to each Walmart. You know, even Walmarts can be sustained by this idea of having local farmers providing, you know, the food, or even taking fresh produce out of the mix where most people are growing for the season. So their bodies are now more in tune with the energy of their area and what their bodies are supposed to be consuming at that time of the year. So anyways, that being said, not only is it avoiding all this wasted energy of machinery and pipe production, which is oil spill basically, it's exactly what it is. And oil spill is also another word for wasting time by shipping food from around the world when we could be growing it here. I mean, I live in Ontario, I live in southern Ontario, and the soil here is so fantastic, and yet they're building all these like stupid, useless, inefficient homes on unbelievable soil where this money could be used for teaching us how to grow. I mean, I'm growing in a bachelor apartment. You can grow food anywhere. And like I said, these new LED lights, go Google it. Amazing. So the bonus of this Wize project would be more people would be eating less packaged food, less processed food, and less poisoned food. Thus, 1 + 1 equals a more intelligently, physically fit, compostable, responsible, and happy society. Very, very simple. That equals less garbage, less dis-ease, and more fulfillment and more gratitude. Gratitude being, I believe, the biggest problem of society. People, why would you be grateful for something that you're not even seeing anything come out of it? Like working 40 hours a week, you're dead tired, and you receive something that you can't even get energy from, money? You're just buying these stupid material items or TV dinners that provide absolutely nothing for you energetically, spiritually, or physically. Like, anyways, so not to mention the fact that this $13 billion, the investment into this Wize project would have so much money left over. We don't need $13 billion for this Wize idea. There would be so much funding left over that we could basically come up with an entirely new system for energy. We could be investing in oil-free vehicles and, alternative ways of everything. New transit systems, cutting down on traffic. Oh my goodness, the possibilities are really endless. But that being said, I'm not an expert or anything, right? I didn't go to school to, get my certificate to be able to have an opinion on such matters. So, yeah, it's just, I'm beside myself on this. I don't get it. Like, oil is apparently running out. Why would we be spending $13 billion on something that is going to trickle away anyways? These pipes will be in the ground for what? Nothing. I don't know. There's something going on here. There's it's stinky, and I don't like it. And yeah, so let's get this Wize project. We don't even need funding from whatever. Let those greedy people be confused in all that they're being. I mean, such a sad, sad life for people to be hoarding anything. Sharing is where it's at. Giving is where it's at. Give to receive, right? And I want to give back to the earth because taking all this oil and not returning it is just a very, very, very bad karmic thing to do. So, I don't know. I'm doing what I can. I'll be growing my veggies and fruit in my apartment based on what I know, and all the information's here. Don't need to be relying on this $13 billion to actually get this project going. So just think about that. That's all for now. I'm going to also be making a couple other videos today because I'm quite passionate. It's like my third day off, and you know what happens when Kaylee has days off. She makes videos. So I wanted to start touching upon my Nostradamus type prediction, my prophecy of the conspiracy of education and the indebted society. What is going to happen with society? What is going to happen with everyone's debt when all these people have so much of the power to manipulate material items, such as building prisons? And what is going to happen with that comparable to all these people that owe time and consciousness and money to this type of person? They've indebted themselves materialistically or karmically to these people. So these people have control over their consciousness, basically. So what will happen in this effect? Maybe. What kind of slavery? What kind of slavery will evolve from this scenario? So I'm going to make that video right now because I'm quite passionate about that as well. Peace out, and see you on the flip.